Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's Market Update. Today is Thursday, September 12th, 8:10 a.m. local time. I hope you're having a good day, morning, or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. So, let me start by giving my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is to be used for entertainment purposes only, for your fantasy paper trading. Just like if you were doing a fantasy football league, this is your fantasy football trading. This is your fantasy trading. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the market. Let me do this. Let me hide my just put away my indicators to kind of just give us a little bit less noise on the chart, better said. So we already have enough markings on our chart that it becomes difficult and it becomes a little intimidating for people that are new to the space. They're trying to learn TA, they're trying to follow along, and you got all these lines crossing everywhere, and it becomes a little, like I said, a little intimidating as they feel like they have to understand what each and every one of those lines mean, and they really don't. They just have to follow along, and then it'll make sense to them if they're following along, better said. So let's go ahead and let's start off with a daily time frame. Look at the macro view, and then we'll go into the hourly time frame, and we'll look for the validation and invalidations, those confirmations that we look for the direction of the market, depending on what we carve out on the daily time frame. So to a quick recap on the daily time frame, we had that low. We had this low here, the swing low at 52,530. Then we had a push up. Then we had a move down to create a higher low. We bounced right off of that higher low, and then we carved out a harmonic pattern to give us not a prediction, but an idea of where the next impulse is going to be to the upside. And we came down into the 0.50, which actually when I did this harmonic, we were still here. We went down yesterday. We put a little bit of a little bit lower. So I'm going to adjust this just slightly. I'm going to just utilize this right here. It doesn't change it much, but it's just my OCD. I want to go ahead and, you know what? I'm going to leave this is still valid, but I'm going to put this as right here. This is support, resistance. All right, I want to change that. It doesn't change much. Again, it's just my own little OCD. So what do we got now? What do we have now? I still believe that even though we're tapping into the lower high rule, because remember, we got two scenarios here, guys. We have a downtrend, okay? Yeah, we had a bounce, but a bounce could be for a lower high before we put in a lower low. Or can we get enough strength on the lower time frames to constitute a reversal? So we've got the beginnings, not confirmed. We got the beginnings of a reversal. Swing low, a high, lower high, and we're looking for we're looking for the higher high to invalidate, because this higher high would indicate that we broke above the lower high rule, invalidating the macro view of the lower high. So then that will start, in my opinion, to shift into the possibility that we're going back up to the top of this target. However, before you get too excited and think that I'm full of hopium, I'm really not. And I'm not because of the data the data that I'm going to show you. I am not neither a bear or a bull. I am data driven. Depending on what the data shows me, it is going to determine whether I believe we're going to go down and whether I believe we're going to go up. And based on that data is the positions that I want to get in front of. So I could care less if we go up, and I can care less if we go down, because either way, as long as I'm positioned correctly, that's all that really matters. So let's talk about the upside and what needs to happen to get up here, because it's not going to be easy, folks. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to turn on my indicators, because there's actually, you know what? Some of these here wouldn't even need the indicators, but they are basically a confluence of strength that I'm going to be showing you with these resistance lines. So the first one that we're going to be up against is going to be this one here. Well, not the first one, the next one, better said. The next one on a macro view is going to be this one right here, if we can clear this. Because when we go to the lower time frames, you're going to see that there's a big war going on between the bears and the bulls right now on this white shaded area. But let's talk about the macro for now. The next, if we can clear this, our next area is going to be right here at 58,961. That's going to be a very tough, as you can see when you look left, here's support, resistance, all through that. So that's going to be one that we're gonna have some trouble with, and that puts us still inside of the lower high rule. So let me extend this out. There we go. That still puts us inside of that. Now, if we can clear that and we can complete this harmonic pattern, you're going to see this resistance area here. Let me see something. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit better. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame. I'm just looking at this $59,900 line, and I'm trying to see. Oh man, why is this thing? Hold on, guys. I'm frozen here. Oh man. Let me turn off let me pause the video for right now. Let me see if I can fix this. All right, guys. So something happened to my trading view. The Coinbase chart that we were using is not working. Binance works, MEX works. The Coinbase one just won't work. I closed the browser. I opened it up again. So the chart that I was using with all our notations, it's gone. Something happened to TradingView. So we're gonna have to build a chart. So bear with me. I'm gonna put the channel because we're working on the channel here that is on the daily time frame. So let me go ahead and just let me do that right now. Right there, and then we have this right here. Let me just extend this over. Okay, give me that. All right, perfect. And then we had, oh boy, I tell you, oh no, not enough of that. No, excuse me, we already had. Oh, we consolidated there, that's why. Excuse me. Here. We actually had, oh, this was the lower high. I was like, wait a minute. What am I missing? There we go. Sorry, guys. All right, that's where we're at. There we go. There we go. Okay. And now we've had, all right. I'm going to put our points of resistance. Give me 1 second. I'm going to start from the top because this is going to be a major resistance on the way up. That's going to be 1. And the next one is going to be right in this area there. Let me get this. So we have quite a bit right there. Is another. So what I'm looking for, guys, just so you know, I'm looking for a point of support and resistance that validate this to be in the next area of resistance when we're coming from the underside. So here I like using these candle bodies. You see this wick really playing out really nicely. You see this bounce here on support. You see this bounce here on support. Look at these candle bodies here for resistance. So that, look at this. Look how beautifully this works out in that area there. So I basically, that's what I like to do when I print these lines, is to be able to get as much of that, encompass as much of that as possible. So that's our next area there. So we were talking about this. Also changed the style of this. I want to put this style back. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Just that there, because we've been using yellow with purple in the middle. So let me go ahead and just change the visibility on here. And the style, better said, it is going to be a purple line, and we're going to just add these as a dash. That's what we've been using. So I want to just stay consistent to what we had. Let's see here. Let's go to the harmonic pattern. I got to put the harmonic pattern back in here, guys. So let me go ahead and, so we had the Here, we bounced off the, that was our first bounce off the continuation rule. That was just beautiful. Then we got our second bounce off of there. All right, perfect. So then we have our harmonic pattern that we have here to here. We're going to clone that, and then we have the bottom there. And this is where we expect, I'm going to put this in white to expect the, just to complete, again, it doesn't have to go to the penny, guys. Give me a little bit of a margin. But what I like to do here is be able to look at this and say, okay, within reason, the resistance might be a little bit higher, or the completion might be a little bit higher, better said, or the completion might be a little bit lower. But now that I look at this 300 EMA and I look at how close we are to the completion of this harmonic pattern, we may get a wick here with the candle body close on the 300 EMA. So right now, what I was doing in the video before I got all messed up with these charts is that we're looking for the next areas of resistance, because I do believe we're going to go higher versus lower. So what I'm looking for, what we have to be looking for at the moment is, once we clear this area here, I'm looking for this 300 EMA is going to be a tough resistance. But as I was mentioning before, that if we complete this harmonic pattern, and if we can complete it and close above this lower high on the macro view, we get to erase this off our chart. We then now get to have, in my opinion, a confirmation of trend in the, I guess it would work out in the higher time frames. But even with that being said, guys, I'm not very bullish. And only reason that I'm not very bullish, guys, is because I have indicators and data that have a 90% probability of success at $51,500 and $50,000. So that's why I cannot get overly exuberant because of that data. So the more that we climb up here, in my mind, what we're doing is the market makers are just basically setting a massive trap for the bulls in order for them to pay the way down. Until we clear or get to a level that we can say, okay, the 90% probability, we're going to end up being the 10% that doesn't play out. Hopefully that makes sense, because like I said, I don't know where the market's going, so I take it based on probability, and then I take a confirmation and invalidation and invalidation. So I try to confirm it, and then whether it's going to validate or invalidate, that's up to the lower time frames to give me the signals that either or is happening. So to move forward, this area is going to be an area of resistance. This dotted line has 5 months of data showing massive resistance, and we have this support and this resistance line here. So everything here has a very a deep confluence. And to add to it, look at the daily. It's right on that line. The daily 100 EMA is lining up perfectly with our dotted line for that resistance of that channel. So, oh, look at this. I just noticed this. The harmonic pattern is going to end really close to the 50 EMA as well, which is close to the 300 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. But that's just another point of that we're going to have to be on the lookout for. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I do believe that hopefully, well, not that I believe, but hopefully we'll get another SPW. What's an SPW? A scam pump weekend. Scam pump weekend gives us the ability to push the market up with very little resistance, right in line for Monday, starting of the week, the actual trading week, to come and smack her down and hopefully start our journey down to the $51,500 target. So I'm right now, my mind is thinking up. And I'm going to talk about the invalidation to that in a moment, but I have to do one thing at a time. So on the way up, this is going to be an area of resistance. This is going to be an area of resistance. And this is going to be an area of major resistance. In my opinion, I think we're going to go right here. This is what I'm looking for. You see this neckline here? This is the absolute top that I believe we're going to go, but more than likely, it's going to be here. I'm going to put a shaded box here. Let me take this off here. I'm going to put this shaded box because I believe that the 200 moving average is going to be a very difficult area to break above. If we break above it, maybe a wick, in a candle body here. But to me, this 200 EMA is in this box here is where I believe this next move is going to end. And that is being very optimistic, to be honest with you guys. Very, very optimistic, because I understand that it's Thursday and tomorrow is the last day of the trading week, of the normal trading week. And we're below some really tough areas of resistance. And it's going to take a lot to break, back test, confirm, go to the next one, reject, back test, confirm. That takes a lot of wind out of the momentum. So understanding that keeps me grounded. But I also understand that scam pump weekends, you got to think of what that implies. Scam. It's a scam. Why? Because no one is buying it. You are not buying it. Your neighbors are not buying it. Your relatives are not buying it. Nobody on Twitter is buying it. The exchanges strictly move the price up to trap enough longs so that Monday or Tuesday, at the very latest, they will take everyone's money. That's what the market does. And I show my members that on a daily basis using the daily crypto trading heat maps and the individual contracts found on HiBlock. Today on my $25 a month Telegram group, we're doing a live stream. I do those not very often. Well, once in a while, because that's just a signal channel. But I wanted to people understand what I'm looking at. Live, it couldn't happen any better. Live, while we were watching this, we were on this candle right here, this green candle. I was explaining to them that they were asking me if we were going to go higher. I said, probably we may go higher, but for right now, we're going to come down and take out these contracts here. These contracts are going to be taken out. As I was speaking, this huge contract came up. And I told them, this is how I frame setups. This contract here, if I wasn't live with you guys, I would short it right now, because this contract has a high probability of getting taken out, like a 99.5% probability of taking out. As I'm completing my sentence, this candle pops up, this red candle. And then subsequently, as I'm doing the stream, everything that I talked about got taken out. These big contracts, 122 million, 122 million 100x, 122 million 50x, wiped out. And it was really cool to be able to tell people ahead of time, not after the fact like most people do, but before it happens, so they can. It gives you validation. It gives you validation, because then people get to see, okay, well, maybe he's just doing it to make himself look good. He's saying it after the fact. How come you can't call it before it happens? So you got to see it live, which is incredibly validating for me as an analyst, to be able to explain something to people and then watch it happen. And then this way they get to understand how valuable these tools are. If you're into day trading or scalping, you need those. You can't. I can't imagine. I could not successfully trade or be able to have this type of strike rate without those tools. There's no way. I'm not that good. I need as much data as possible. If you're swing trading, you don't really need it. You honestly don't need those. There's no point in spending money if you're swing trading. So I just want to make that clear. I do have referral links, guys, and I can't stress enough. If you want the referral link to the DCT trading, try it out for free. I got a referral link for that, and I got a referral link also for the HiBlock data. If you want to use it and save some money, let me know and send me a DM, and I will and I'll send you over those referral links. So let's move forward here. I do believe we're going to go higher. This is best case scenario. This is a Hail Mary. This is the Super Bowl. You're on the 10-yard line, and you're just going to go for that throw to the touchdown. A Hail Mary. Just hopefully he catches. That's what this is to me. A Hail Mary. This is more realistic. This is going to be tough. Very, very, very tough to break above. Currently, we are sitting in a very tight range on the hourly time frame. So before I go to the hourly, I just want to make sure that I covered everything on the daily. Everything's pretty much done on the daily. Everything on the daily to me is pointing the momentum, my indicators, my system, my signals, everything's pointing to more upside. Again, I don't know if it'll be this high. Let's go down to the to the nitty gritty. Let's go down to the hourly time frame. Let's see, what do we need to confirm that we're going to continue to move higher? Let's look at that. First things first, I'm going to do this. I've got to carve this out because I'm going to use these candle bodies here because this is a war going on that I was talking about earlier. So now here I am going to go here and I'm going to go here. All right. Now why here? Let me show you why. On the hourly time frame, we've come up here and we've gotten smack down, smack down, smack down, smack down, smack down. Overnight, right here, well, better said, yesterday evening, we finally broke above it. And we were able to hold here all night. We were able to hold. This morning at 4:46 a.m., I put a post out to my Telegram channel. Hey guys, my lower time frame indicators are flashing. We're going to have a little bit of a dip. Okay? It took 30 minutes for that to play out, and we ended up getting our drop. It was actually right here on this one here. It was at 4:46 when I gave out the signal, and then at 5:15 is when we actually ended up dropping. And we got that because on the low, like I said, on the low time frame, low time frame signals are going to give me one direction for that time frame. However, the higher time frames, they carry more weight. And the higher time frames are pointing to higher. But since we're day traders, we're scalp traders, we live in this world. 5, 15-minute, and our macro view, our weekly view for a swing trader is the hourly time frame for a scalper. This is the highest we go. We don't need to go higher than that. This is the equivalent to the daily, and this is equivalent to the weekly. But most of the times we're inside of these two in these two ranges with these indicators for our setup confirmations. Now, right now, as you can see on the hourly time frame, we're having a lot of volatility inside of here, a lot of opportunity inside of here. But once we can get out of this opportunity zone, I believe we're going to go higher, unless we're going back down to the bottom of this range here, this low time frame range, and that's going to be, in my opinion, dictated on the 4-hour time frame, looking at the 100 EMA, because the 100 EMA was, look, resistance, resistance, resistance. We climbed over it. We back tested it. Next candle, we lost it again. We came back again, and once again, resistance. And we broke below it. Then this candle came in. This beautiful upthrust candle came in. It was high enough to allow the next candle to open up way above the 100, and we stayed above it. And now the candle body is still above it. So as long as we can maintain the price action above the 100 EMA and not close below it, this is still in my sights. Now, the invalidation to this here happening sooner than later is going to be if we close below here. If we close below here, then we're going to revisit, I believe, these EMAs, this little area here. Let me carve this out real quick here. This is a little area here, between here, and say that right there is going to be our support zone, in this small little channel here. So this is the top of the range. We had a deviation. We're back below that shaded, the shaded white. I'm putting it in white because I have a red background, so I can't put this. Normally I put resistance as red, support as green, but for it to stand out and you guys to be able to recognize it, I'm doing it in white, just so in case you're asking why white and not red. So right now we're ping-ponging between these two areas. But even though we're ping-ponging, this matters, guys. This 100 EMA, I think, is the current do or die line. And when I say do or die, I don't mean die as coming down here. I mean die as in not holding the top of this range. We're going to go back here for better opportunity to ride it to here. And then until we break clean out of here, then we can start focusing on this, and we can start focusing on this. Two huge areas of resistance. Invalidation right here. It's really that simple. So at the end of the day, guys, I don't know if I mentioned this already here because I just got off of, this is my third call of the morning. I did one for my Discord group, then I did another one for my Telegram group, and now I'm doing one for you guys. I don't know if I mentioned it, but my indicators that I play on a daily basis that give me a 90% probability for the past 5 weeks, it's still valid. $51,500. And I've got DCT trading liquidity at $50,000. So those two zones for me are going to continue to be valid until it invalidates. And let me show you what that invalidation will look like. That invalidation is going to look like breaking the top of this diagonal channel, holding it, and consolidating. Because just a break doesn't mean anything. We've broken it before here, we've got rejected. We've broken it before here, we back tested, but we couldn't hold, and we came right back down to the bottom and deviated. We rejected here. We rejected here. We rejected. So it's very important in order for me to think that my indicators, the 10% that sometimes happens, for that to have validity, we need to break above here. And then that 90% became the 10% that didn't. And then we hold here and we consolidate. We do that, new all-time highs are coming in. Simple as that. But it's, to me, as an analyst that is going to trade this information, this is a best case scenario. I think this has, I don't know, maybe a 25% chance of happening, because I understand what this and this area means. And that's the part about not having your emotions or your bias interfere with the data. Because if you're a bull, no, we'll make it up here. Well, you have to understand what it's going to take for that. And when you understand the implications of these areas and how hard it is to break through these, you get to have a more realistic approach, and you get to just be a little bit more grounded. Great. If it comes up and we get a $6,000, can that happen? Absolutely. Look at this candle here. This is a $6,500 candle. This is what we would need to get up here, to break through that. Can it happen? Yes, it can. But how often do we get a $6,500 candle? Let's look. How often? In the past, 4 months? How many of those candles do we have? We had this one, 6,500. No, this is 5,000, which is not bad. This is a 4,600, 5,100. No, not even close. 5,900, 6,000. So I'll call that. We'll round it up to 6,000. So think about, in the past 5 months, how many candles above 5,000 have we had? 1, 2, 3. We've had 3 candles in 5 months that are over $5,000. So you see when you talk about probabilities and you talk about percentages, you see why I can't get uber bullish. Break this, great. I'm getting excited. Break this, okay. You got my attention. Break this, I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to start looking for short positions. My longs, start looking for exits. Start taking some off the table, because I understand that this here is the Hail Mary box. Now you break above here, and I know what this means. This means this is an automatic short for me. Automatic short for me. These are one of those high conviction trades that I'm always talking about that happen every so often, that you cannot. It's not that you cannot lose, but it's a minimum to zero risk. And what I mean by that is, because with a 99%, 95% probability, we break above here, we're going to back test. Why? Because I show you guys that on every single video, how accurate back testing is. So we break above it, we back test, we hold, I exit where I entered. What? And if not, guess what happens? I start making money. It's that simple. It's not complicated. It may be complicated if you don't have a system and you don't trust your system. And that's what my $25 a month Telegram is. You don't have to have a system. You don't have to trust any system. You just have to trust that I know what I'm talking about. And I give you the buy and I give you the sell. I tell you what to take it. Okay, guys, the short didn't work out. Close it. Let's go long. Oh, guess what? Volatility came in. No, we got to close that. We got to go. Often that happens. That's realistic. When you're scalping and when you're day trading, things happen quickly. Sometimes we have to get in and out of a position 2 or 3 times before we get it right. That's where my system comes in. That's where I come in and tell you what to do. If you're striving to get into that really crazy world, give me a try. If you're looking for the swing trading world, don't waste your time. Don't waste. I don't want to take your money, because if you're looking for a swing trade, you're looking at the daily, and that's all. You're just worried. You can just listen to me on Twitter. Don't pay a single penny, and I'll tell you where we're gonna go. I'll tell you what my thoughts are based on validation and invalidation, what those macro views are. You don't need, but when you want to increase your paper trading on lower time frames, that's what I'm for. And if you want to learn how to distinguish areas of probability, that's what my Discord is for. That's where I teach you on a daily basis how I read the market, what I look to help me discern which direction the higher probability factors are pointing. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I wanted to just give you guys a rundown. It's been a couple of days since I've put a market update, so went a little bit longer than my normal 15 minutes, 30 minutes right now. I think I've pretty much covered everything. I had some suggestions about covering Ethereum, and my question to you is, why? Why would you want me to look at Ethereum? Ethereum is irrelevant to Bitcoin. It has no strength. It doesn't control the market, and Ethereum right now is pretty much dead. It's dead just like it was in 2000. I want to say it was 2018 or 2019, right before it went on a massive run. I'm a huge Ethereum fan, guys, and I love the fact that it's dead, because that gets me so excited. Let me show you. Let me show you this real quick here, guys. Let me show you Ethereum on. Let me grab a chart that I am not using at the moment. Right here. Let me use this one. I'll go back to this. This is Tether Binance. Okay, let me use this right here. Let me show you what Ethereum looks like to me right now. This is why I get excited for Ethereum. Watch this. Let me just hide everything for right now. Okay, this is why I get so excited that the price action is dead. Because I clearly remember before we hit $4,000 on Ethereum, I've always been a big fan of Ethereum. And when people say it's going to, there was two instances I remember so clearly, and this is one of them here. Let me show you the first one. Let me show you the first. This is back in 2018, right here. Right here, when we hit $86, right here, $83. I remember, for me, and on Coinbase, it was $86. We hit here. BC, you don't know what you're talking about. Your Ethereum is dead. You're wasting your money. This is garbage. Blah, blah, blah. Lisk is the Ethereum killer. Lisk is going to take over. Waves is the Ethereum killer. Guys, I've heard every Ethereum killer out there, and none of them have yet to kill Ethereum. So that's why I make fun of people who tell me about how their coin is the Ethereum killer. Look, we went from $86 to $366. From 80, it was dead. It was dead. And then when it crashed down back here, when it crashed at $87, from here, it went to $4,000. This shit looks dead. And I want it needs to look like this before going to $10,000. I believe that this cycle, we're going to see $10,000 to $15,000 Ethereum. You don't have to agree with me. You can laugh all you want. Laugh all you want. But that's what I believe, that we're going to $10,000 to $15,000 Ethereum minimum. But I need it to look dead. I need people to make fun of it. I need people to not pay attention to it. I need people to talk shit about it. I need people to tell me how much of their coins are Ethereum killers. I need that. We need more of that. The more we have of that, the more people capitulate, and the more the whales are going to accumulate. And when they have enough, we're going to see the massive push to the upside. And here's the fun part about Ethereum. When Ethereum goes, just so you know, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop for no one. It's gonna go, and I'm gonna give you a quick dialogue. It's hilarious, but this is exactly how it plays out. And I'm going to tell you this with a 100% certainty what's going to happen. Nobody can tell you 100%. I can tell you 100% certainty. Ethereum is dead, Ethereum is dead, Ethereum is dead, Ethereum is dead. We bounce. Oh, wow, it's bouncing. Oh, you guys are going to get, don't go in. It's going to drop on you guys any moment now. Dead cat bounce. Oh, watch. See, I told you, look, it's over. The move is over. Oh, there it is. There's a trap. There's a trap for the bulls. Oh, there it is. Look, it's losing momentum. It's going down. It's not going to, now it's too late. You guys can't go in. Just wait for that pullback. It's pulling back. Wait. It needs to go back to prior resistance. That's where I'm going to buy it. Right in here. Oh my God, I'm going to 100x this thing. There it goes. Wait. There it goes again. Hold on. It's going to go. It's just going to double top. As soon as it double tops, it's coming back down. It's a guarantee. That double top's going to bring it back down. Guys. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. It got away from us. Just wait. It'll come back. It'll never fucking come back. You're going to miss the entire fucking move. And that's exactly 100% the way this played out for 99% of traders. Exactly how I describe it is exactly your way of thinking. Why? Look at Twitter. Look at Twitter and look at the shit that they say. That's exactly how things play out every time a coin leaves. And when Ethereum is ready to go, Ethereum doesn't come back. It doesn't back test. It doesn't pull back. It doesn't put higher lows. It just fucking goes. There is no higher lows. There's nothing but up. But you guys are conditioned down. And the market does that on purpose. The market does that to make you miss out on the next move of Ethereum. So I'm not going to fucking chart this. I don't want anyone to pay attention to this. I want everybody to think that it's dead. I want everyone listening to this, sell your Ethereum, please. Once you have capitulated, Ethereum maxis like me, it finally get paid when when you guys sell. So I need you to sell for this to go up. So I'm not going to help you guys to buy this because I don't want you to buy it. I want you to sell it. Please. I've been waiting too long for this thing to go up to $10,000 and it's not going to happen until you guys sell this piece of garbage. This is garbage. This is a dead project. Everything out there is going to replace Ethereum. So you don't want this. All right, guys? Let me put this back on my chart. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, so hopefully I was clear on what you need to do for Ethereum. And let's go back to our chart here. Where's our chart? Where are we chart? There we are. Here's our chart that we're using. All right, guys, so let's wait and see how this plays out for today. I will give you guys an update tomorrow. I'm going to be going out of town again tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday, but I'll still be available for all my groups. They'll still be actively trading. I'll still be available for the updates, but for Twitter, I'll probably have one. Yeah, I'll definitely have one more update tomorrow. I'll try one through the weekend. I don't know. But I will be around. So if you need anything, you have any questions, any requests, let me know. All right, guys, have a really good day, and I'll talk to you guys later. If you want to join my Telegram channel, send me a DM, and I'll give you the link to sign up to the $25 a month Telegram channel.